Hey everybody, happy Tuesday and welcome to TNT for what's the date today? May 12th. We want to give a very, very special welcome to all the notaries joining us for the first time who registered at the NNA conference in Orlando. This is TNT, the nation's longest running free coaching program for notaries, and a very special hello to anybody that is watching us on replay on YouTube. Oh, you know what we can do? We can go live on YouTube. I meant to do that and forgot. We'll handle that in just, should we do that? Should we go live?
Go.
Let's go.
Let's roll.
Okay, hold on. Uh, oh shoot, okay. You know what? I'll look it up next time and we'll do it next
Okay,
time.
that's
Sorry,
fine.
because I got to get through these
Got me
announcements.
all
Okay.
excited for nothing.
I did. Oh my gosh. But I keep wanting to have us go live on YouTube and I keep forgetting. So if you're watching us on replay, hello. Thank you for coming and joining us on TNT. What is TNT? Well, you're stepping into a room where growth is not optional, it's expected, where ideas get refined, confidence gets stronger, and notaries who are serious about leveling up show up ready to do the work. This is TNT. We go live every week to introduce fresh strategies, strengthen what's already working, recognize real progress, and coach you through the decisions that keep your business evolving and profitable. This is an Ask Me Anything style call where no questions are off limits. Questions in the chat may or may not be answered. We always give priority to those who raise their hand, just like Christopher has, who want to ask a question. And you can find that raised hand feature at the bottom of your Zoom screen. Of course, you'll want to check the chat room for etiquette or any announcements or links that we would share with you, and also for any upcoming events or, like I said, announcements. But before all that, let me introduce myself. I am Jen Neitzel, founder of Marketing for Notaries 5-Point Marketing System, author of On the Move, co-creator of the Certified Notary Trust Delivery Agent Program, and I am joined by the one and only 2026 Notary of the Year, co-creator of the CNTDA program, author of The Compassionate Notary, Miss Laura Beaver. Hi, Laura.
Hi, everyone. It never gets old hearing that.
I know.
Over the year 26. I've got 7 more months.
I
I can
know,
hear it.
right?
Right.
Girl,
It's
you
so funny.
you lean into that solid for 7 months.
I
It was
will.
an absolute joy watching you be treated like the queen you are while we were at conference last year. They really rolled out the red carpet for you,
They
and it was
did.
really, really cool. And of course, you guys know we are supported every week on this call by the guy who really controls things behind the scenes, Matt Miller, the president of the California League of Independent Notaries. Matt, how you doing?
Hey, Jen. Hey, Laura. Hey, everyone. Nice to be back this week. Certainly missed being in person as we were last week, but there's always next year.
I know, and I felt so bad. I was so off. I did the introduction was like so convoluted last week when we did it, and I forgot to introduce Matt. So sorry. We could not make this call work without you. So thank you for everything that you do and for saving us last week and making sure that we did pull off a live from conference. So for anybody that attended, we hope you got to see a little behind the scenes peek of what it is like at conference. Laura, I would love for you to tell us about your best-selling book, The Compassionate Notary.
And I would love to share with you about my best-selling book. If you are working in hospitals, hospice, or homebound signings, The Compassionate Notary is the field guide I wish every notary had before walking into those rooms. It's about doing the work well, protecting the signer, and protecting yourself. So when you have a chance, check that out.
Matt has put the link in the chat. And since we're talking books, I want to remind you about mine, On the Move, the relationship driven 5-point marketing system for mobile business success. The link is in the chat. This book is for anyone who doesn't have a framework for a marketing plan. This is going to help you lean into relationship marketing and grow that business. Now, I have a special assignment for you guys today. And if you're new, please pay extra special attention. I want you to think of one notary who needs to be in this room right now and text them the link that Matt is going to put in the chance. Not later, not when you get a chance, but right now because momentum matters. And we would love to invite new notaries into the room. All they have to do is click on that link and they'll be able to join us right away. Now, we also want to remind you that Laura, you and I are hosting a free estate planning seminar on Thursday, this Thursday, May 14th. That's at 10 a.m. Central, which is 8 a.m. Pacific and 11 a.m. Eastern. Did I get that right? The registration is in the link. If you want to get registered for that, please do. We would love to have you. And Matt, you have a new survey out. Would you like to tell us about that?
Thanks, Jen. Yes, the Notary Futures 2050 study is now open to all notaries across the country. It is a simple 10-question survey that you can take over at calnotaries.org. There's a little button at the top of the screen you can click to take it. And these answers will be conglomerated and presented to the Notary Public Administrators at this summer's National Association of Secretary of State's conference. So it's important that you participate and give us your idea of what you think the business might look like in 2050.
I love
Also,
it.
5 participants will be entered to win one of five $50 Amazon gift cards. So there's a little bit of
Ooh,
incentive as well.
nice. Very
Oh,
cool. I love that incentive. Yes, please take the time to fill out this survey. It is so expensive, essential, not expensive. It doesn't cost anything. And like Matt said, this information is going directly to the secretaries of state this summer at their annual conference. Now, Laura, I know you have a really special message for a very special notary on this call. Would you like to go ahead and talk about that?
I would, but first I would love to call Janet King. Where are you, Janet? I saw you. I let you in the room. I know you're here. So let's see where you are. Let me make
There
my screen
she
bigger.
is.
Let me do the gallery so I can see everybody
There
now.
we go. I spotlighted her. Can you guys see her? Hi, Janet.
There you are, Janet. I had the biggest surprise ever.
What's that?
When when they ran the video to introduce me, there was a Secretary of State recognition certificate on the screen. And I thought, I've never had that. Where'd that come from? So I'm watching the video, it's unfolding. I'm like, oh, where'd that come? Everything else I recognized. And I did my speech. And then afterwards, I went over to Jen and I said, I've never received anything from Secretary of State. She said, oh, yeah, I haven't given it to you yet. So it was such a surprise. And what was even more surprising is I found out that you spearheaded getting that done for me. And I'm so appreciative that you did that. I was so thoughtful. And, I have this little secret relationship with Dr. Shirley Weber, because we've had lunch. So I just assumed she'd know I was Notary of the Year and would send something to me. But it was really you who made that happen. And I just want to thank you so much. It really, really touched my heart and made it even more special for me.
Nice, nice. There were a couple other people involved.
Well, I don't know who they are other than maybe Jen and Matt, but whoever they
Those
are,
two.
Yeah.
who
Mhm.
else? Is there somebody else I
That's
should
us. That just us three,
Yep,
collaborating
a
behind
little
your back.
collaboration
yep.
or like conspiracy stuff
Yeah.
going on there? Well, it
Yeah.
was
All right.
the best surprise ever.
Yeah.
Right. It
Thank
seems like it should have happened,
Yeah.
It seems like you should.
Never would have thought of it. So
Mhm. Yeah.
thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're
I just
welcome.
want to take a moment to recognize you for doing something so sweet
I
at a
appreciate it.
time. Yeah. And
All
and I
right.
had like 400 or 500 of my peers get to see it up on the
Yes.
video.
And Janet,
By the way,
I'm gonna send that video to you once I get it.
Yes.
Laura's
okay.
in the process of sending it to me now.
All right.
And just for those of you wondering, Janet petitioned the Secretary of State of California to officially recognize Laura as the 2026 Notary of the Year with a special certificate. It's actually sitting here on my desk. No, it's not. It's in the pile of things I need to mail Laura. Um, but I wish you could have seen her face. She was genuinely shocked. And it was a great little bonus surprise for her. So thank you for spearheading
Yes.
that, Janet.
Thank you so much, Janet.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
All right, guys, let's get this party started. We already have some questions.
Yay.
We already have some hands raised. Mr. Carmen, how are you feeling today?
Doing much better. Thanks for saying that.
Well, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. You're a little muffled.
Yeah,
But what can we answer for you today?
yeah. I have a bunch of lithium. I love that. Um,
Christopher, we can't hear you.
um,
I think
It's muffled. It's very hard to make out what you're saying.
I think it's your speaker. Do you want to put your question in the chat?
It's better.
No, it's still
It-
muffled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you working on an older laptop, maybe? No? Might just be your microphone. Go ahead, let's try it. Go ahead. Don't lean too far in because that made it a little bit worse. So
Okay.
what can we answer for you?
Regarding witnesses, I've been having a bunch of individuals who want to have something witnessed, like bills and contracts and things like that. And somebody asked, since we can actually have somebody who is actually part of the contract and part of the actual document because they are actually a beneficiary, can somebody who's like a spouse of them actually be a witness, even though they're kind of indirectly?
Okay. So, Laura, the question is, can a spouse act as a witness if their spouse is in a contract that is being signed and notarized? So,
Right.
can the spouse
Yeah.
participate in
Part
that?
of that, Jen, is were there any instructions that came with the document as to qualifications for witnesses, right? You're talking about document witnesses. And if there are none, the typical thing is that they are impartial. And if there is money changing hands and they're married, it doesn't sound like they're impartial to me. So I would say no for me. I would say no, but it's kind of in the gray area there. And I think that's, I go with what the framework is when I don't have specific instructions. And my framework says document witnesses need to be impartial. And it doesn't sound that way. But not every state is a community property state. So may not be an issue. I don't know the details of the document itself. They might not be benefiting at all. I don't know that I have enough information to give you a definitive, absolutely not. It sounds like they weren't the best choices, but sometimes those are our only choices.
All right. Thank you, Laura. I hope that answered your question, Christopher. Take a look at that microphone. I think there's something, it sounds like something almost is blocking your microphone. Thank you for that question on witnesses. And let's go to Larry Greer out in San Francisco. Hi, Larry.
Hey everyone. Hey Jen.
Hey.
Hey Laura. I
Yeah.
don't have anything big to say. I just wanted to let everyone know that the current California Notary Handbook is out, and I just put a link in. I thought I put a link in the chat to download the PDF if people want to go get it. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Is that something that they release annually? How is it
Yes.
annually? Okay. And so
It
it's
is, and
just
this
out?
is the first year, Jen, that California decided not to print it. So you'd have to download it and print it yourself if you want a printed copy.
Nice. Okay. Okay. So that is important. So you guys need to go check that out and you Californians get your printed copy, right? Thanks, Larry, for sharing that. I appreciate it. And Darlene has a question for us. Hi, Darlene. Tell us what state you're in.
Oh, hi. Oh, I meant to
Oh,
put that in
in
Florida.
Ohio. Okay. What can
Yeah.
we do for you?
Yeah, it's not a question, it's a comment. I wanted to let everyone know that Laura's latest blog post, y'all got to read it. It is amazing. It is just read it. You will be so uplifted and it will encourage you to reach out to your peers, to your mentors. It's a fabulous article.
It was really good. I agree, Laura. You should, if you have the link for that, Laura, and you want to put it in the chat, that would be awesome.
Probably,
You can pull it off the website.
yeah, coachmelaura.com.
Thank you for saying that, Darlene. That means it means more than
Lots.
you realize because when you get vulnerable like
Oh,
that, it can be a little intimidating sending things out. So that feedback is really important. Thank you so much
you're
for
welcome.
saying that. I know Laura appreciates it. She's going to put that
Oh,
link in the chat so everybody can access it.
let's see if
While
that works.
well, while we're waiting on that, let's get to Dan in Oregon. He has a question for us. Thank you, Darlene.
Okay, so
Welcome.
I've gotten three of these now in the past week, and I'm not really quite sure what to do with them.
Okay.
They are emails, they're requests, they want to know information, what's it cost, can we find a date? I have documents, none of these are mainstream documents. They're not like powers of attorney or anything like that. They're sometimes they're tax documents or but they've each been different. But they
Mhm.
are sending me an email. They want to meet with me via Zoom
Don't do it.
to
Mhm.
talk to me about further about the process.
Don't do
And
it.
so
Well,
my first response has been, if you set up the call, I'll be there. Trying to leave it in there. So their response to that was, hey, uh, let me know when you're free and be sure you're at a computer, but they're not leaving any phone number information. They're not leaving anything but an email. It's a kind of obscure email. It's, a bunch of gobbledygook at gmail.com. And
mhm.
my response is going to be, I think, send them to my calendar to set up a time and remind them that I will be on a tablet and not on my computer. I
Right.
don't know if I want to expose my computer to anything like this.
Well,
Also,
I'm gonna stop you just for a second here, Dan, because I had a phone call from a friend earlier today. You guys all know her and love her. Celicia Young Jones called me and said, "Can I please talk about this scam that is sweeping the country and affecting notaries?" Now, Celicia, I know we were gonna wait until the halfway point of the call. We're
Yeah.
almost there. I asked her to wait so that at the halfway point is when the most notaries are on. But let's address this now because this is exactly what she was talking to me about earlier today. So,
It
Celicia, tell
is
us about
rampant.
this
It
and
is
what to do.
rampant,
yeah.
rampant. This is nonstop. You're going to get an email about doing some notarizations, about some tax records, or what's your notary availability, or what's your whatever. You're going to get an email. Now they're getting text messages, and they're going to invite you to a Google Meet, or they're going to invite you to Zoom. And it's like, the first time I clicked on it because it looked like Google Meet. And I'm looking at it to download it or to up,
Yeah.
and it was like, this is not Google Meet, this is not Zoom. And then all of a sudden, all this stuff starts popping up all over. Oh, we'd like to meet with you about your wedding officiant. Oh, we'd like to get married on such and such a day. Oh, we have this notary stuff. If you don't create the link, I'm going to send Jen a link to, we're going to talk about something. That's great. But if some stranger out of the blue sends you a link about doing this stuff, do not click it. Just delete it. It's not business. Just no.
Yeah.
Big stop.
Um,
Big hard stop.
I
No.
don't, yeah, I don't think you need to do anything, Dan, other than ignore it.
Ignore it.
When you engage,
Do not engage.
that
Right.
exactly, when you engage with them, that's what encourages them to move on. And I want to take a little ownership in this. I have been standing on a pedestal for the last few years, screaming at notaries, answer your phone, answer your phone, answer your phone. Never occurred to me that somebody with nefarious intentions might I'm not saying it's our fault. I'm just saying they know that you guys are getting training as small business owners to answer your phone. It's very common for coaches across any industry to say that, and that they're taking advantage of you. So getting into your computer, getting into your banking accounts, all of those things. So if it's if you even have the smallest inkling, it could be spam. ignore it. You are not obligated to respond to somebody who's trying to steal from you. Really is what it is they're trying to steal from you. And I know Laura and Matt, have you guys gotten these?
Yeah, I've gotten it two different emails from two different people, same text, and also today it came through Yelp as a request as well. So these people are shotgunning across the
They're
country
working it,
targeting
baby. They're
notaries.
working it.
Hmm.
But let's talk about how the scam goes so other notaries can know what they're looking for,
Yeah.
right? So you'll get an email. Usually they need some kind of notary services for tax records or non-mainstream records or instruments. And they'll say that they want your rates and your availability and this and that, and you'll send them back to them. And then they'll come back and say they want to meet with you via Zoom, and their spouse is out of the country. That's one of the things they always say. And I don't want to put off anybody from not taking Zoom calls with potential clients because I have before, and I probably will in the future. Attorneys across the country need somebody locally, and they want to have a look, so to speak, before they send you out. But this particular scam it's the same thing over and over. And Celicia and Jen are right. The link is a masked link, and what it does is it kind of installs some malware on your computer so that they can capture all of your information and get control of your machine. So if you see an email that goes into this sequence I just outlined, do not engage, right? They will move on.
Yeah. The other thing I want to point out too, and I think I want you guys to hear this as a business owner, and not just as someone who could potentially be a victim of fraud, but as a business owner. If you are, because Dan, you said this in your, when you were talking about it, the extension on their email was a bunch of gobbledygook, I think is what you said, right? It didn't
Not
make a
the
lot of sense.
extension, it's the username.
The username, yeah. When you look, I started implementing this, looking at these emails because you wouldn't believe the number of offers I get from different businesses that want to help me grow my client base, da 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 da. And if they're sending, first of all, if they send me something that's Gmail, immediate delete. Not because there's something wrong with Gmail, but I don't believe you're a big company that can help me if you're using a Gmail account, right? And if all the words and letters in the email address, the return email address are weird and off, and it's not like what you would deem a normal email address, it's not worth the risk. Just delete it.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that's bad business advice, but I'm saying just delete it because I don't want anybody to get their business um, banking accounts and all that attacked.
Well,
Oh.
and the idea of replying, I stopped a couple of them. I said I'd reply via my tablet because I don't keep anything on my tablet, and my tablet is kind of unfishable
Mhm,
because it's just a browser basically.
mhm.
There's nothing in it that's important. But the and one of them did go away after that. But I'm seeing also in the signature line, I'm seeing stuff that is endemic to a certain culture where they're not. I mean, whenever I say warmest regards, uh, I haven't seen too many of those that are legitimate. Those are typically phishing attempts. The most of them I've seen.
That's interesting because I say warmest regards all the time
I use
because,
that. Best regards. Yeah.
yeah, because of Schitt's Creek, the TV show Schitt's Creek. They said
Uh,
warmest regards. That's why I said,
well, perhaps I need to modify that. But the
yeah.
fact is, I've just got. I mean, this was nothing, and then it hit me 3 times in a week.
Uh-huh.
And I got
Yep.
another guy now that literally hit me, and I did reply because I replied to my emails, but then he was pretty insistent about. He gave me no information but his name, and to me, if I'm calling you and you say, "Hey, what do you got?" I'm going to give you. Plus, you're going to see everything in my signature. You're going
Yeah.
to have other information for me. So, yeah, I think I will follow my new friend, not my new friend, but my old friend, Celicia, who had a big day yesterday, and I want to congratulate her for that. And she was very nice to invite me to that, and I was very happy to see that live. And I just feel like sometimes this stuff looks really good. And I'm glad you guys agree with me in my shady radar came up here. I'm just going to delete this stuff. Thank
Yeah,
you.
just delete it. I'm so glad you brought it up. I'm so glad that you are, you know, author of the book of customer service, bringing this to our attention. Celicia was all over it this morning, wanting to make sure she got on here and talked about it too. And I think, Matt, can you just reiterate when you get these texts, when you get these emails, what should you do? We're telling you don't open it, don't do this, but what should you do?
Well, I think that you should mark them spam, first of all, so you don't continue to get them. And don't engage. I know they're tempting, and they're all over right now. And there's been quite a bit of chatter about this on Notary Rotary and Notary Cafe and the Facebook groups as well. But just do not engage. That's
Yeah.
it. Do not engage.
Thank you for that. All right, guys, I'm so glad we had this conversation today. And I think this is a conversation that we will continue to have so that we're all aware. So, Celicia, be on the lookout if you and Dan, if you guys get any more, please, anybody, don't be afraid to bring that to us and share if you're getting scam emails, because it's just going to help everybody else on the call. Cheryl has a question for us. Thank you so much for being patient. Cheryl, tell me what state you're in. I can't hear you, but you're off mute. Can you guys hear her?
No.
No.
No. Is your microphone on your computer? Because it says you're unmuted.
Can you hear
Let's
me?
see. I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's
Perfect.
Cheryl Peoples. That's a different Cheryl.
Oh, that's
Oh,
another show.
Cheryl.
We're looking
Oh,
for
Cheryl
Cheryl with her
Peoples.
hand up.
Well, Cheryl with an SH, what can we do for you today?
No, we can't hear her.
Cheryl, are you there?
She might
Oh,
have
was
to
that
go
Cheryl?
out and come back.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Cheryl, I think that's a great idea that Laura had. Why don't you log out and come back in? If that doesn't work, please put your question in the chat and we'll make sure we get to it today. Matt, help me stay on that. Thanks, Cheryl. But while we're waiting for Cheryl's question, let's talk to Diana in Alabama, but originally from Texas. Hey, Diana.
Hi, I'll be back in July.
Okay,
I
good.
I just want to kind of tag still on the spam and phishing because it's not just happening in emails. It's happening on phones and texts too.
Mm,
And I kind of disagree with somebody that we all love and endear because if my phone is flagging me that it's potential spam or whatever, I'm at that age bracket where I get a lot of Medicare calls and
yeah,
sleep number calls and sometimes I'm driving and I can't drive and chew bubble gum and talk anyway. I gotta focus on that road. But if they leave me a message, I will call back. And I really don't like getting chewed out for like not always picking up my phone because I am screening my call
hmm
and I don't know. I'm really torn about it, but I'm very good about calling back, and so
yeah,
I just feel like you don't know who's on that phone, but if you do follow up, I think that's a grace forgiving kind of thing. And I know why they're doing what they're doing because they got real upset about people not picking up or following up. But I feel like if it's important enough, especially if I'm driving, because like and I don't know if all states have this or not, but I know like where we are, some of the laws say you can't drive and talk or text, and there's
hmm
something in that operating system that's been encoded now where you can't,
yeah.
it blocks us and stuff, and so I would say always follow up and find out what it is too, because it's such a hard thing and whatnot. And I would say on the email, if it has all those weird symbols, that's almost a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
And look for misspelling words because you're just asking for trouble. And the third thing is put that that antivirus thing, a good strong antivirus thing on your program. Run your scan
Absolutely.
daily.
Absolutely. Diane, I think you have a really good point. Because, I was saying this earlier as leaders in the community, Matt and Laura and I have been telling people, answer your phones, answer your phones. I think it's time to maybe, we need to reevaluate how we're saying that. I would think between the, just as a community, not just the three of us, because you shouldn't feel bad if you are ignoring
I
spam
took
calls.
offense to it because I felt like, well, you don't know what I'm going through,
Well,
But
and that's just
yeah,
exactly it. You get over a certain age and you become even more vulnerable to these
yeah.
kind of calls. So I appreciate you saying that and pointing that out because I think that's an important thing that I will definitely be thinking about how to say that differently. Because look, it's it's 20, the wheels are off, guys. So I mean, anything's possible at this point, right?
Yeah,
So.
and there is peak times when this stuff happens. It's usually Christmas, tax time.
Mm,
There's one more, but there's like three. It's like almost every quarter. It's like peak holidays that it happens. So,
yeah.
and I have been scammed in ID fraud a couple of times, and it's no fun. And so
Yeah.
I'm probably erring on being super cautious these days than laid back about it.
I don't think that's wrong, though. Matt or Laura, do you guys have anything that you want to add? No? I thought I saw a hand go up. Sorry, guys. Thank you, Diana, for that so much. I think it's a very important conversation. And like I said, I think we need to continue to have it as these scammers get more and more sophisticated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Guy. Guy, remind me what state you're in. I can't remember.
Colorado.
Colorado? Guy, are you
Yes,
there? He
and
is. Okay.
I've tried changing that on my name a dozen times, and it just won't let me put Colorado in there.
Oh, okay. Well, what
So,
can we do for you
but
today?
first things first, Jen, I want to say that comment about you get to a certain age, I resemble that remark.
I say that all the time. I resemble that remark. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Honestly, once you get over 50 is when it starts. And 50 is young. I
It
say that because
is.
I'm 53. But what can we answer for you today?
So, to any of the three hosts in these scam things we've just been talking about, is it responding to the text or email that's so problematic, or responding through the Zoom call?
I think
Uh,
responding in general,
Okay.
because once they know that you are um, a viable target, they're going to continue to target you. So if you can identify the scam right away, I would avoid contacting them altogether. Now, if you're two or three emails in, then maybe you just disengage. But the Zoom link that they're insisting on that they send you is not really a Zoom link. It's a bad link, and it makes you download something and installs it on your computer and takes control of it and all of that sort of thing. So by all means, if you do engage these bad actors,
Mhm.
don't download anything, and if you do, don't open it.
Okay, so I mean, the email or the text by itself is a negative, but the real issue is if
The
you
link.
get
it's the
into
link.
the link that they want to send you for the Zoom call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downloading the link is how these scammers get their phishing malware, I believe it's called,
Yeah.
into your particular system, your computer. When you download whatever they're asking you to download, it could be, I just got one the other, like a couple weeks ago, downloading this PDF for me to review. And I'm like, I don't know you. No, like I just deleted it.
Yeah.
Y- I don't feel the need to respond back and say, I don't trust you or whatever. Like
Right.
yeah, I'm very suspicious of every email I get though. Did we answer your question, Guy?
Yes, you did.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And Daniela in Georgia.
Hello. Good
Hi. What
afternoon.
what can we do for you?
So have several questions. Matt, I think you'll be able to help me with the first one. Credible witness. Another fellow notary and I were going back and forth, and they were saying that we can no longer use a credible witness in Georgia. And I am unable to find that anywhere. So she said it started at 2025. So I thought I would bring it to the person that I thought can help me answer that question. I haven't had to use one, but I need to know that. I wasn't able to, what is it, fact check. So I wanted to bring that to the floor.
So I haven't been aware of any change to that. I now the question is two credible witnesses I know is standard and
Mhm.
allowable. Perhaps he was referring to a single credible witness. Is that what you
No, they
prefer
were saying we
referring
can't
to?
do it anyone. We're not allowed to use credible witnesses in the scenario when someone doesn't have a appropriate ID. We cannot use a credible witness. And I have not heard that.
So I've not heard that or read that. And if that would have happened, that would have been, pretty big news in the notary world.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Um,
I don't
Mhm.
mean to jump in. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But I'm from Georgia. It's
Okay.
true. It came out in the new handbook, the 14th edition, January
Okay.
1st of 2025.
okay, there you go.
Hold on. It's in the new handbook.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't order my new handbook.
So yeah, it was the 14th edition that came out January 2025.
Okay.
And it eliminated all use of credible witnesses. Is that
Correct.
what it did?
Yes.
Okay, so what is the mechanism to identify someone in Georgia when they don't have an acceptable ID?
So we can't do credible witness. We would have to have ID
Or you have personal knowledge?
or personal knowledge. Yes.
Okay, well, there you go. That's pretty big news.
Yeah.
Tamika, do you have that sitting in front of you? Do you happen to have the section just so Daniela can go? Can you cite that so she can just go directly to it and
And
see
read
it?
up on it.
Yeah, I got my handbook. Let me find it. And
Would
then
you
I'll
put
put,
that? Yeah, put that
You
in the
have to
chat when you find it. Thank you so much.
okay,
I
want to
you're
put the
appreciate
link.
that.
welcome.
Thank you, Tamika.
No
You want to put the
problem.
link in the chat to order your Georgia handbook.
Yes, I just wrote that down. Yep, I need
Yeah.
to. I need that. Um, my second question is, any recommendations on a good privacy guard for your notary journal, or maybe a new journal I can buy that already has one that someone uses?
Can you use e-journals in Georgia? Electronic?
We can, but we can't put everything in electronic app. So not all transactions. So I
Well,
can still use my journal.
Laura, what are your
I don't know
recommendations?
what the requirements are for e-journals in your state in terms of by transaction. So I can't speak to that. But if you're talking about paper journal, um, the only one that I've used when I had a paper journal was the one that the NNA sells, and it's a cling. They have a regular paper one, but I like the cling because it sits on the page. It doesn't move around until you pick it
Okay.
up. So
Okay.
that's the one that I used before I went to an e-journal.
Okay. All
You
right.
could use a manila folder and just kind of slide it
Mhm.
down as you go. If you don't want to, buy a custom made privacy guard or a sheet of paper. Anything that blocks
Mhm.
vision of reading your previous entries will work. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I've
there
been
are
paper
custom made.
clipping. I've been using a piece of paper, but I'm like, okay, this looks a bit janky. I wanted to find another alternative. So,
Yeah, the NNA sells them. I think you might be able to find some on Amazon, but they're out there.
Yeah, and Daniela, you can actually too just like create one in Canva, maybe advertising your business or something. Take it to FedEx, tell them to print it on cardstock and then laminate it for you, and that will
oh,
slide easier down the paper and advertise your business at the same
I
time.
like that. And that'll be easier for me to do, actually. I could do
Yeah.
that tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That was great feedback. My final thing I wanted to bring up is Gotery for all you who are, it's ending the end of the year, right?
Uh-huh.
I get a lot of business from Gotery.
Mm.
Are we coming up with anything similar? I know we have other resources on school. I'm already a part of the Witness Hub. Are we going to do anything comparable to, you know,
Are you talking
um,
about inside the CNTDA program?
yes.
Not right now. It's in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
If
It's
I'm
a
being honest, it's in the
disappointing
parking lot. Yeah. Just in the prioritization list, we have some other things that we need to accomplish first. Because that's a big job managing a directory like that. It is not set it and forget it kind of
Yeah,
things the
I
way
can
Laura
imagine.
and I would do it.
Mhm.
So I mean, honestly, we just don't have the time right now. But um, I think there's plenty of other, directories out there, and I don't believe he's shutting it down until the end of the year. Is that
Correct.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. The end of the year, December 31st, I think.
Yeah, December 31st. So
Mhm.
I think you're smart to be looking at, different options now, but what are the normal directories we talk about? Notary Rotary,
Find
Mhm.
a
Notary
notary.
Cafe.
Mhm.
What'd you say, Laura?
Find a notary. That's the
Find a
NNA one.
notary. hmm
On that one. Okay.
Matt,
Those are the big three.
those are the big three. Yeah.
And then, of course, your state, if
Yeah,
your
but
state
oddly
head of
enough, I only
association.
get things from Gotary. I
Really?
haven't gotten anything from, I usually ask my clients, and no, I haven't received any referrals through them,
Wow.
those other platforms.
That's crazy. But I mean, great. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's disappointing that it's going
Yeah, I'm
away.
like, oh, darn. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought I
Yeah.
would ask. I figured it would come up somewhere down the road.
It has come up. It's probably not something that we would be able to physically take on until we get into next year, and not even the first half of next year, just if I'm being honest, because like I said, it's a big job.
Okay.
But I thank you for bringing it up. We'll
Yes.
put
Thank
that
you.
a little check mark in the parking lot next to that
Yeah,
someone
let
else
me
is
know if I can
interested
help
in
with
that
that.
too.
That's a good resource. It's really helpful for me. So
Yeah,
thank
good.
you.
Awesome. I'm glad it's brought some value to you.
Mhm.
All
Wait,
right.
my,
Thank you, Daniela.
Jen,
Yes,
Shirley
ma'am.
is back, so we want to come back to her.
Cheryl.
Or Cheryl, I mean, Cheryl is
Cheryl.
back.
Shirley, we will get to your question in just a moment. Cheryl, are you there?
Can you hear me now?
Ooh, it's a little rusty, but let's see if we can make it out.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear us?
Hear me now?
No.
I can hear you loud. Can you hear me?
Cheryl, go ahead and put your question in the chat for us. We're having difficulty hearing you.
Yeah, we want to correct that. This is my first time. I'll put a question in the chat.
You did put a question in the chat. Let's see.
Yes.
Did we see it? We are looking for it right now. Cheryl, what's your last name?
Armstrong.
That's a
I
different
see I have a
Cheryl.
question from her, but I
I
don't.
found
I saw
one.
Cheryl Peoples'
Yeah.
question, but not just
No.
Cheryl with SH's question.
Cheryl, can you
You put
please
it again?
re-put that in the chat? We did not get it. It might have fallen off when you left the call. So if you could put that back in the chat, that would be great. And that way we can get your question answered for you. That there's something going on with your speaker. While we're waiting for Cheryl to put her question in the chat, Shirley in Bozeman, Montana has a question. Hi, Shirley.
Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
I'm reading Laura's book.
Woo!
And it's wonderful. I can't wait to finish it so I can put a wonderful review on Amazon.
Thank you.
I like the hard copy over Kindle because now I'm going to have a good resource to carry in my notary book. I'm going to tab it up, mark it up. It's wonderful.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway, a question. One of the pages you were talking about scanning a document on a mobile app and then sending it to somebody.
Yes.
Is it something you do once in a while? You do it all the time when you notarize something? And the next question is, do you actually have a specific mobile app or do you just use your phone feature?
So it's not frequent. I scan a document when the caller or the hiring party cannot be there physically
Okay.
to collect the document, and then I can scan it back to them so that they can have the document, or they'll ask me to do that while it's coming in the mail. And then Adobe Pro is the scanner I use on my phone. So it is an app. It's not the app that's on the notes that's built into the iPhone.
What's it? It's actually called Adobe Pro
Adobe
Scanner.
Pro. It's part of Adobe Pro.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. I do subscribe to Adobe Pro, so
So then you might already have it.
yeah, I'll
I
check it
pay
out. Thank you.
$20 a month for that app, and that
Uh,
includes the scanner.
Do you have an iPhone or an Android phone, Shirley?
I have an iPhone.
Because I think Adobe Scan comes with your iPhone, doesn't it, Laura?
There is a scanner.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the notes section, but I had a lot of difficulty with it working. It
Okay.
did not work consistently for me, so that's why I pay for an app.
Yeah, well, I pay a lot of money for Adobe every month.
Yeah.
So it should come in and I'll check it out. Thank you
Yeah,
so
check
much.
that
Part
out.
of that.
Love
Thank
the
you,
book.
Shirley. That was a
Thank
great
you.
question. And look how well we have trained Shirley, Laura. She knows she needs to finish it and immediately go leave you a review on Amazon.
Do a review.
I just got it, so I just started reading it.
Thank you, Shirley. Good chatting with you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we finally have a question from Cheryl. Thank you, Tabitha, for putting that in there. For some reason, it did not show up in my chat. I don't know why. But I love this question. She said, notary, and I'm assuming, Cheryl, that you're talking about, and you can answer me in the chat. Um, when you say notary emails are overwhelming, you mean from notary influencers and things that you've signed up for. Is that correct?
Can you
Not
hear
just
me?
from
Can you
not
hear
from
me
random.
now? Can you
Yeah.
hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to my iPhone.
There you go.
There you go. So you're talking about like from notary influencers and things, the emails are too much.
Yeah, it's overwhelming. It's like getting 500 sometimes before I read it. Here come two more of the same persons. Want to be professional about it. Give me a chance to answer. Think. I just can't do things in a hurry. I'm just realistic and professional.
I agree with you. Laura, what do you say to that?
Well, I mean, I can cycle through 300 to 400 emails a day. That's my main email, and then my other
But not
one
everybody has that ability. Yeah,
yeah. So I do, but I go through I do it in two steps. I go through and say delete, delete, delete. I hit the tag, and I do group or bulk deletes.
Yeah, me too.
For those that allow me to unsubscribe, like if it's somebody's really irritating me, I'll actually open the email and go into unsubscribe myself. So sometimes I'll sit there for an hour and just try to hit 10 or 12 of them that I can unsubscribe. But sometimes unsubscribing doesn't stop them. They still come.
Well, they come still because you've signed up for more than one thing on that particular person's website or something like on mine, you signed up.
Could be, but sometimes it's because you purchase something. If you purchase something and you're now a customer, then sometimes there's no option to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
Provided anymore.
I think it's really good advice, Cheryl, to start with unsubscribing. And this is actually why when I talk about marketing, email marketing, I tell people to utilize a CRM, a customer relationship manager, so that their emails allow folks to unsubscribe. And you'll find that, generally speaking, at the bottom of those emails, there'll be a little thing that says, if you're no longer interested, hit unsubscribe and you won't receive any more emails from me. Now, you may need to do that a couple of times because, like Laura said, you might be on different lists in the same person's database.
Right.
Like for me, you could sign up for TNT. That's one bucket. You can sign up for, the chapter 4 of my book that's free. That's another bucket. If you sign up for both, and you unsubscribe from one, it doesn't mean you unsubscribe from the other. So you might need to give it like a month of clearing out. So hopefully this is making sense to you. Um, Other than that, honestly, ignore them. Just do the bulk delete, like Laura said. Matt, do you have any other thing that you do to help stop all of the notary emails?
I do pretty much the same thing, and I go through several hundred emails a day as well.
Hmm.
But I have heard of these email manager apps out there that might be able to help put them in different buckets for you, like, priority versus follow-up versus,
Well, yeah, Gmail
marketing.
does that, but sometimes they don't do it right.
Yeah,
Gmail, I was just good. That's what the little light bulb over my head was that Gmail will do that for you. I don't know how to advise you how to do that, Cheryl.
I don't either.
You would need to look it up on YouTube or Google how to use Gmail to immediately put an email in a folder. So, for example, if you got something from my business marketing for notaries, it wouldn't show up in your inbox. It would go to a special folder. And when you're ready to deal with that person's emails, you can go check that folder out. Does that help?
Yes, it does. All the things you said, I've been doing it just
Good.
lately, just lately.
It's been a lot. You're gonna
Yes,
right now.
it's a lot. Yeah, I retired from the job, so I'm aware of emails and different things and strategies. Just thought y'all knew something that I don't know. Just trying to share and implement and be part of the
Yeah.
community. Uh, I have diversified life like everybody else. I don't think I'm bitter. It's just that I want to get something accomplished, and just like the emails like jump you. I didn't
Yeah.
even look at that yet, and here comes six more of the same
I
person.
know.
Yeah.
Look into that folder idea. Look into that folder idea so that it's not, because I know what you mean. Like it triggers something in your brain, like, oh, another one, and it just feels very overwhelming. Um, Look at that, the idea of putting those you won't even see it in your inbox. It will immediately go to a folder. Look up how to do that because that's going to help you with that overwhelm.
Okay. Once
That
your
way it's not
email, and the other thing I
interrupting.
found, and thank you, and the other thing I found out, once your email is out there, it's out there. You can't change it. Even though you change it to another one, somehow another one you give it out is over the universe now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm
And
laughing. life
it,
is life is a journey, and we have to laugh. But once the email is out there, everybody can get the emails. No such thing as privacy anymore. You're
uh,
talking about them glitches and all
that's
that
exactly
now.
what we were talking about
The
earlier with
way of
all
the
that
world right
scam
now.
stuff.
Yeah, I
So
heard you. I was online. I just changed my I changed from the iPad to the computer. The
good.
computer wouldn't work, so I went to the iPhone.
Well, thanks
I,
for bringing the question today. We appreciate it.
mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cheryl.
Thank you.
Guy in Colorado figured out how to add Colorado to his name, I see. But you have another question for us, Guy?
I added it, but I've added it a half a dozen or eight times, and the next time it's not there.
Oh,
In regards to the last conversation,
yeah.
when I open an email and it doesn't have an unsubscribe option,
Mhm.
I will go back to the listing for the email, not the actual email that I'm reading. Go back to the listing when you've got 20 of them on your screen.
Right.
Right click on that email and scroll down, and you can select block.
Oh, yes. Another good
That's
idea.
good. Great.
Another good idea. I know sometimes notaries are like, I don't want to get all these emails, but I don't want to unsubscribe because I don't want to miss anything. You have to make a judgment call with that. So, but that is another great bit of advice, Guy. Thank you for sharing that. All right, we have just a couple of minutes left. Do we have any other questions today? Anybody? Is there anybody on the call that has never been on a call with us before that might be new from the NNA that we met last week as we were running that TNT booth? Drop us a one in the chat. Cheryl Peoples, is that you? Awesome. I love it. Welcome, Cheryl. I'm glad that you are here today. And we want to see you back next week and help you along with your journey. Um, Julie. Hi, Julie. Welcome. Julie, what's your last name? you can come off mute if you would like to say that. Cheryl is new. I should have said that. You told me that when we were talking, Cheryl. I'm so glad you guys are here and you met us at conference and decided
I don't
to come
have
back.
a raised hand button.
Yeah, you do. It's down at the bottom. If you can't see it, look under the More feature. There's those three dots.
Maybe because I have participants, chat, show caption, meeting setting, video statistics.
It's usually under the React button.
It's under, or look under reaction. It'll be there.
There's no reaction. There's participants, chat, show captions, meeting settings, video statistics, help, and direct.
Oh.
I don't think you're looking in the right place. Because we don't have a help button down there. It's at the bottom of the Zoom screen that you're on, not over to the left side when you're on your main Zoom screen.
Get it notarized. He has to sign it in front of
Mute somebody. Hopefully, Julie, you are able to find that and join us next week with all of your questions. We really don't have time for another question, Laura, because the two on the chat that are the two on the form that I had are going to take longer than the couple of minutes that we have left in the call. So let's go ahead and wrap things up by putting you on the spot and having you close us out today, Laura, like I always do.
Well, the principle is competing against yourself. It is about self-improvement. And Steve Young said that. And the thing is that we're not in competition with each other. We really are in competition with ourselves. And if we set that as the goalpost for us, then we will be happier and we will feel more grateful for the success that we have. And there's lots of ways that I hear that said, which includes don't match your outsides to my insides is another way. And so I just want to remind people that everybody has their level of success and whatever that is.
Ooh,
yeah,
sorry.
Whatever
Yes,
that
I'm still here.
is, make sure you're only comparing it to yourself.
I
That's
think that
what I
is
suggest today.
excellent advice, Laura. Thank you, as always, for sharing. We will see you guys next week on Tuesday Notary Titans. Don't forget, there's a survey that's going to pop up. Please go ahead and fill that out and give us your honest opinions about this call so we can make sure we are bringing you what you need every single week. Bye, guys.
Bye.